We just kind of have all the display stuff, Wisefab rack,
Yeah.
Feal parts.
Oh, I need to grab a bunch of these because people keep asking me for them.
Yeah, I can send you home with some.
Yeah, that's good. Specific
apparel,
chain wheel, yeah.
We have our big Wisefab display box that.
Oh, that you
doesn't
take
get
to
used much
events and
anymore.
stuff? Oh, right, yeah. Here's an old hood.
Old hood, old
Little-
driving suit.
Little Pro Charger hole over there. That's
Have
cool.
some of the champagne here. Most of it's at Odi's house.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then it just kind of starts getting into racks of stuff.
Oh, man,
A
that's
bunch of
good.
springs. We're pretty wiped out at the moment as far as both like Wisefab and Feal stuff.
Right.
Just with delays on sea shipping and whatever. But
Yeah. Oh,
you
yeah.
can see I did get a bunch of Wisefab stuff in today. I haven't quite put away.
Bunch of springs over here.
Yeah, and then typically this stuff is just parts in a box. You know, we put them together per order. You know, that's like what John's doing over here.
Right.
Putting a set of two-ways together.
What's up, John?
How's it going, guys?
Oh, man, this is heaven for me. Look at that. I love this. It's so cool.
It's kind of low profile, but it's like he valved already.
Right.
Putting reservoirs together. We started doing swivel banjos on both ends of the 442 stuff recently, so it's kind of a cool upgrade. Styles a little more articulation.
Yeah, that's where the magic comes from, right here. That's what it's all about. Super nice.
I mean, tuning is really the biggest aspect, I think, advantage that we have.
Right.
You know, tuning and real-world testing.
Yeah, so there's a lot of guys, like I know guys like Rudy Hansen are on you guys' stuff, and he's like super happy with the support that he gets. And
Yeah, I think I have some of Rudy's stuff over here.
oh,
Some
really?
broken stuff from FD.
Yeah, he had some incidents this year, but that's like also super important for drivers that you can actually touch base right here in California, ship your stuff out, and
Yeah, and if they're local, they can come up here and grab stuff. I
yeah,
have mounts. I can make shocks pretty quickly.
yeah,
We're
that's
not-
like
we're not
super important.
organized and clean right now, but
Oh, but this is good enough.
you know, we have a lathe, the mill, some
Yeah.
of the kind of minor stuff we need. We don't do a lot of the machine shop stuff here,
Right.
so like
This is just assembly and
you know,
like
this
stock.
stuff comes. We buy these from a machine shop.
Right.
This stuff just comes ready to go. But like the slotting for 442 lines, like a lot of that stuff happens here.
Right.
There's no need for me to have a full staff of machinists working.
No, it doesn't make sense at all. So,
Yeah, there's not too much more to it, man. Chris is putting some one-ways together. This is what Rudy's doing to me.
oh, is that my friend Rudy? Oh, Rudy, pay good attention, man. He's like put a little S shape in there,
Yeah.
but it didn't break or anything.
No, I mean it didn't snap, but this
Yeah.
kind of stuff happens when you hit a wall very hard.
Yeah, something needs to give, of course. I've seen shocks that were bent that way that actually still functioned. We sometimes pull them off clients' cars, so they're like a little careless. So they're like, "Oh yeah, I had a hit one time. I didn't have time to swap it out." And I'm like, "Oh well, it still kind of drives. If I drive it on the lift, it doesn't feel weird. It doesn't make any weird noises or anything." Oh, that's going on over here. What are these for? Are these GT86 or
This is a GT86.
GT86? Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this order just came in for Black Friday.
Oh, it's Black Friday stuff, of course.
Yeah, so through the end of the day, we're doing the sale, but it's been a pretty action-packed year anyways.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and Odi was like competing for the championship, of course. He was like still in it.
Yeah, he was. I mean, we got 3 wins this season,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
He always starts out really strong. Like,
And
what
then
was
a
that year
little
where
bit
he
of dip.
won? Yeah, the first 3. When was that? I think was that 2019 or 2020 when he won the first 3?
2020.
Yeah.
2020. I know he at least won the first 2.
Yeah.
Because I was surprised that we got Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
You know, coming off of the first win of the season, you know, he hasn't quite had the record where he's just like back-to-back wins. So
Right.
coming off the first win of the season, we get to the finals in Orlando. We're like, yo.
Yeah,
And,
I always love it when he's up against Chelsea, like my friend Chelsea, of course. So for me, it's very difficult who to root for because Chelsea's my buddy. But like, I work with Odi and I sell his stuff, and I'm really happy with it. So when they're like meeting up in the top 16.
You're
I'm
just
like,
what do you
damn,
do?
this is not good. I want to see them face off like Chelsea versus Odi in the finals. That's like my dream FD schedule or scheme.
Funny story. The first time I ever saw Chelsea drive was at XDC at Irwindale, and I want to say it was 2011 or 2012. Him and Odi went up against each other in the finals, and Chelsea actually won. I remember being upset.
Oh man.
But that was my first interaction seeing him drive, and he's been killing it since.
Yeah, no, that's great, and it's really cool to see that they're like in Monroe when they hit each other and stuff, like how that all works and how they're still
Texas, catching air.
Oh man, it actually happened twice that one of them caught air. Texas was at night, I think, that night shot, which was that shot went all over the world, and no Wisefab bend, no field, the shock wasn't broken. The control arm wasn't broken, and the car is like, I think this bumper is at roof level or some shit. It was crazy.
Yeah, his wheel was at like hood level.
That's
sure.
insane. That's really crazy.
It was nuts. Actually, on that drift car builders group on
Facebook,
Facebook,
that's a cover photo. Yeah, there's also a picture of the track in Estonia in Kehala. For some reason, in Estonia, they have two tracks that have air. The track at Leitza where they used to do Drift All Stars, and the track at Kehala. And there's also pictures of cars with like Feal and Wisefab, and they jump like, the car is like at least 2 feet off the ground on 4 wheels, and they do it all day, and no suspension broke, no nothing. And that's like, especially with the BMW, with the shock towers and stuff, they reinforce the shock towers, but still.
You like have to.
But you're shocked, like, and that's also like, I had a couple really hard hits with my Feal, especially on the highway when I was coming off to drive at Cletus McFarland's at the Freedom Factory. I was like late because I broke an oil line on my car. I was like doing XX amount of miles an hour in Florida, XX amount of hours speed there. And I went through a pothole in the middle of the night, and it broke my wheel, it broke my tire deflated, and it was like stuck. I had to sleep in the car, but it's the same shock that's still in my car. No problem. And like, it's especially on the roads because I don't know the roads here. And I'm driving, and all of a sudden there's a huge pothole, and I'm like, there goes my shock. But
there's kind of a broad range. I think the universal consensus is that all the roads are fucked up.
Yeah, crazy.
You see driving the Grange,
Oh, yeah,
it's not always that bad, but that road is scary.
That's insane. Like, and even in Europe, I know about that road because the guys from Hoonigan are talking about it. Everybody I hear talk about Grange. It's like, oh, that access road. Even back in Holland, I heard of the access road to Grange, which is crazy. And it was really bad, but I had the feels on super soft. I had the tires on 25 PSI. I drove like a little faster than I did the first because we went there for 2 days. And it was acceptable. Like, you don't do it for fun, but like a lot of guys broke shit on that access road.
Yeah, it's not
really,
car friendly.
It's really weird, right? So this is all going well. So you guys do you guys also preset the height and stuff when you make the shocks, or does it?
Some of the stuff does, some doesn't. Like this kit does not. We kind of set ballpark spring preload, so there's little to do.
Right.
But they just got to put it on the car and figure out where they want it.
Yeah, because you got a corner weight and then everything. Yeah.
I don't think the standard coilover consumer thinks that far. It's just everybody wants to pick where they want their ride height, and that's
right.
Where like the double adjustable stuff is cool because you can set preload right and then still have whatever ride height you're looking at.
No, that's kind of cool.
Doesn't make any sense corner balance wise for some of these cars.
No, for sure it doesn't. And this is like the spring
this is a shock dyno.
The shock dyno, yeah.
So that's what's telling us the damping forces.
Yeah. When
we do put these together.
I love the videos of this thing. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Man, it's such a nice place. Like to be here. Like there's a really good vibe to me. Some nice 442s.
Yeah, those are BMW rears. If you know anybody that wants them.
Yep.
We had a customer request those specifically, and when they realized they weren't upside down, didn't want them anymore.
Oh, right.
Take over.
Yeah.
It's a big
What's
man.
up, man?
How you doing?
Good.
Just got a little shop tour over here.
Yeah.